sitting here crying in my prom dress. I'd be the prom queen if crying was a contest.
Why can't you just ask a boy to prom? What are you scared of? It's not that big of a deal. Why are you so weird? For the last 30 days, I've been bombarded with these questions by the people closest to me. I've just been unable to please them. And here's the thing, when I envisioned my high school prom, I never thought that I'd be going alone. I had this vision of what prom would be like and who I'd go with. Last summer, I was pretty down bad for someone, and I hoped that our relationship would progress. And I was kind of envisioning that I'd ask them, and newsflash, our relationship did not progress. So when prom season rolled around, I guess I just didn't have anyone in mind that I was gonna ask. And no one has asked me to prom. I know going to prom without a date is not a big deal, it's the 21st century, and I think Gen Z is pretty open to breaking the status quo. But still, I felt a lot of external pressure and judgment for going to prom without a date. They asked me so many times why I wouldn't ask a boy to prom with genuine confusion. At first, I would respond with, "It just doesn't feel natural to me." But as we continued to have conversations and arguments about prom, I continued to dig deeper into why I was so closed off to asking a boy to prom. And at first, it was so frustrating to me why this had to be an argument or even a conversation, but I'm actually really grateful because I learned so much about myself and just my ideas on relationships throughout this process. So here's the truth. Here's a deeper reason why I just did not want to ask a boy to prom. I felt a deep conviction that I would not be able to escape my cycle of self-hate if I had asked someone to prom just because of external pressure. I used to be in a cycle of constantly looking for love outside of God and myself. And it really was never anyone's fault. I looked for love in people that just simply didn't have the capacity to give it to me. So karma kept bringing me the same lesson over and over again, but just through a different person each time. Because I could never face the hard truth, I wasn't fully comfortable with being Annie. And I knew that a healthier version of Annie was waiting for me after prom, and I could only become her if I listened to her desires. I don't know, the more I think about it, it's just like I want to feel valued and cherished at my prom. I don't want to have a single moment where like I doubt that like I'm beautiful and worthy and like someone genuinely wants me by their side. Like, I just don't like the concept of like, yes, a boy has agreed to tolerate you and to like say yes to your promposal. Like, I think my inner child just misses playing dress up with my friends and feeling like a princess, and I kind of want prom to be that. And guys, I actually did ask a boy to prom, which I know seems like hypocritical to this whole video of like, I'm not asking a guy to prom, but the thing, it was never about like, oh, I can't ask a guy to prom. It was just like the specific options I had in my are like, I don't know, it didn't feel right the way that I was looking at it. There was a friend that literally lives across the country, and I FaceTimed them and I just brought it up like, oh, you should come to prom, and their parents are not letting them like fly out, which I'm not really surprised about, but that felt authentic to me. And like, they can't come, but I'm so happy to go on my own, so it's like I'm not gonna ask another person. I recently read the book The Mountain Is You, and here's what the author Brianna Wiest says about authenticity. The happier you are with something, the less you need other people to be. The truth is that when something is right for you, it brings you clarity, and when something is wrong for you, it brings confusion. There is nothing that makes us feel more insecure than hanging around what isn't right for us. Dear Annie, I am so proud of you for living authentically to yourself, for knowing what you want and sticking to it. I'm so blessed to have you by my side 24/7 to live with, and through you, you're gonna have so much fun with your friends tonight. Laugh loudly and love limitlessly. Love, Annie. Okay, I know the story that I'm telling you guys might seem idealized or like I'm this self-love junkie, and I'm sorry if this is cheesy for you. But the truth is, I've really struggled with self-love. I used to think that social media content about self-love just simply wasn't for me. If I thought that self-love was stupid, what really changed? For me, it was having a friend in my life that truly, genuinely loved herself. So my best friend Elizabeth and I, every week on Sunday, we have a weekly catch-up call and we talk about our goals, what we're currently struggling through, and it's just a great time. And these conversations that I've been having with her, because we are so close and cover so many areas of life, she'll call me out when I have a limiting belief or when I say something that reflects a lack of self-worth and a lack of belief in myself. And her actually calling these things out and realizing the discrepancy between the way that she thinks and the way that I think really helped wake me up, because I'm like, she has something that I don't, and this is why your friends are so important in your life. Sometimes I feel like we have this negative connotation with self-love, that it's selfish or it's narcissistic. And my friend Elizabeth is so caring and so selfless, and she loves herself.
We prepare for love by learning how to love ourselves in solitude. Alone, we learn to understand ourselves, to heal our pain, and to care for ourselves. We acquire skills like compassion, empathy, and patience. This prepares us to share love because we'll need these qualities when we love someone else. We will also examine our past relationships to avoid making the same mistakes in relationships going forward. It was drummed into us that we had to have a prom date, to fill our yearbooks with signatures, to be surrounded by a squad of friends. Being alone meant being lonely. Loneliness has been cast as the enemy of joy, growth, and love. We imagine ourselves stranded on an island, lost, confused, and helpless. Loneliness is the last resort, a place no one wants to visit, let alone live. Every day, I'm learning to love myself and others better. Telling my story of going to prom alone doesn't invalidate the people who chose to go to prom with a date. I was in awe of how beautiful my classmates are and how they felt so loved and special during prom. The smiles on their face as they walked down the orange carpet. Choosing to take a different path doesn't invalidate the path of others. It was kind of nice, actually, to be given the space to observe my classmates, to fully take in how people relate to each other, and the dynamics between people's families who came to take pictures. I don't think I would have been able to learn so much about the social dynamics of my hometown if my main focus was the person sitting next to me. Although there were many aspects of prom that felt easy and beautiful, being there felt challenging at times. I'm more comfortable having late night conversations with my friends as we eat ice cream sprawled out on their kitchen floor than dancing to EDM music. I have my preferred ways of connecting with people. There were many times where I felt like I didn't belong on the dance floor. I spent most of my time in high school beside textbooks, my computer, iPad, and camera, not beside 100 sweaty bodies on the dance floor. There were times where I wanted to step off the dance floor, but I forced myself to stay, to relax my body, to fully embrace the sweaty mess that is a dance floor packed with over 100 people. And when the first slow dance song played, I was given an opportunity to fully surrender my ego, to drop my fear of what others may think about me, and I took it. While my classmates gathered in pairs dancing to Perfect by Ed Sheeran, I remained on the dance floor and started slow dancing with myself. I wish I could actually show you guys the mechanics of what it looks like to slow dance with yourself, like a literal tutorial. But when I walked back to my table to film myself dancing alone, my friend asked me to dance. The next day after prom, they told me, "I see why you didn't ask a boy to prom, that you were never scared, you were never weird. You stuck to your guns and I'm proud of you." For the last few days following prom, I've been bombarded with nothing but love and support from those closest to me. In the moment, I may have been incapable of pleasing them. I made them scared and worried that I'd feel lonely and that I'd be ostracized. But here's the thing, guys. This is so much more than prom, because when we allow ourselves to stomach temporary disapproval, we actually invite opportunities to inspire others with our authenticity. So to the person on the other side watching this, I am so proud of you for living authentically to yourself, for knowing what you want and sticking by it. You have always had your back, 24/7. You have the blessing to live with and through yourself. You're going to lead a beautiful life. One where you laugh loudly and love limitlessly. Love, Annie.